The Wartime Elections Act focused on voting rights for women. This act specifically gave women with husbands overseas in the war the right to vote, but this act was not just made with women's rights in mind. The act also removed the vote from anyone exempted from the coming conscription draft, like conscientious objectors. This act was passed in 1918 and was a turning point for women's rights. This means that women could participate without their husbands and give their opinion in the election. But this act also took away the right to vote from many Canadians who had immigrated from what they thought were enemy countries. The election of 1917 was a big election. Canada had been at war for almost 3 years, and it was a matter of life and death. Many soldiers were dying, and the new election could change everything. This act was established by Sir Robert Borden's Conservative government. They put this act in place to help get votes in the election, because they believed that they would get the most votes from women whose husbands were in the army and the most votes against them from people who had immigrated from other countries because they would vote for the people who would send less soildiggers to get killed. The Liberals were angered at this blatant cheating of the election by making the Wartime Act and tried to denounce the legislation, but they found little traction in denouncing an act that gave the vote to family members of the soldiers. But in the end, the Wartime Act did not work in their favor and got them fewer votes in the long run. But still in the end, Robert Borden won. Even though this had ulterior motives, it showed the status of women gaining independence within the law and being seen as people with valid opinions instead of just wives.